Over to Bubba Long. He's at 12 here. The first half. On the dribble drive, Jenkins into the middle of the paint, nowhere to go, and gets it back out with 8 on the shot clock. Long draws a double team, and they're going to have an offensive foul on Petkoff. He's got 2 fouls now, an illegal screen out front, non-shooting foul. The ball will go over to the Bearcats. Minute 17 left here in the first half, 46-21 in favor of Campbellsville. Palm out front to Stone. Contested 3. Rims in and out. Nothing falling right now for the Bearcats. They're 0 for 11 from three-point range. Over to Bennock on the left wing. Inside to Petkoff. Pull up 3 for Bennock. Won't go. Fight for the rebound. Tipped out by Jenkins and ran down by Bennock. Handed off to Savage, and with 43 seconds left in the first half, Campbellsville with a 25-point lead. Wing to Bennock, back to Savage. Picked up by Wolff. Gets rid of it before he gets a 5-second call. Over to Bubba Long, the midcourt stride. 10 on the shot clock. Dribbles in, pull-up jump shot for 2. And he hits again. Bubba Long's got 14, and the torrid shooting just continues. 17 of 31 at 56% here. 60% from the three-point stride. 48-21 Tigers. Palm attacks the baseline. Kicks it to Stone for 3 from the deep corner. Yes, at the buzzer. The first 3 of the half is hit at the buzzer for McKendree. We're at the halftime mark. Our score, Campbellsville 48, McKendree 24. You're listening to the Buffalo Funds NAIA Division I Men's Basketball Championship.
Fans, you can stay up to date with the NAIA basketball tournament via the internet. Log on to www.naiahoops.com to get the latest information or watch the games live at your local office throughout the week. Exclusively through www.naiahoops.com.
Ten. 5, 4, 3.
Live from Municipal Auditorium, this is NAIA Championship Basketball.
With Laurel LeBout, this is Mark Miller. Halftime. Our score, Campbellsville 48, McKendree 24. And it has been all Tigers here in the first half. Leading them in scoring is Bubba Long. He's got 14. Columnares has 10. Jenkins 9 and Nix 8. So the starting 5 has 46 out of the 48, but the shooting percentage, Laurel LeBout, is really the story here in the first half. An amazing 18 for 32 from the field, including 9 for 15 from beyond the arc.
Well, total, complete domination by Campbellsville, Mark, and you go through those numbers. I mean, how often does that happen? Well, for Campbellsville, you could say 2 games in a row, because in game number 1 against Concordia, in the second half, they shot 75% to hold off a run by Concordia, and the team won despite committing 19 turnovers. So 56% from the field, 9 of 15 from 3. The rebounding story, they have 25 rebounds to only 10 for McKendree. And we saw a lot of that, where every loose ball, every rebound seemed to go Campbellsville way, and that's just made a huge difference in this first half. 8 turnovers for Campbellsville, but that hasn't hurt them much, and 5 turnovers for McKendree. And we'll be getting some stats here soon on second chance points, points off turnovers, and we can anticipate that those would show the domination by Campbellsville as well. So
on that opening round game, they defeated a 6th seed in Concordia University out of Concordia, California. They see these teams 1 through 32 by record and by championships of their conferences and polls throughout the season, how well these teams have fared and where they've been ranked. But you never know. And I take into consideration that Texas Wesleyan team that came in here, I believe, 27th seeded in 2004.
Right,
and actually
exactly.
won the national championship. So you never know where that seeding is. When you knock off a 6th seed, you've got to think in 32 teams that you're probably about 26th seeded. So they win that game by 9. Now they're taking on an 11th seed, and they are blowing them out of the building by 24. So who knows?
You throw the seeds out the window after you put them in. I mean, all it does is tells you when you're going to play, and that's pretty much it. And so whenever these teams get on the floor, anything can happen. And Campbellsville is just smoking right now, and they will take on Oklahoma Baptist, or the winner of this game will take on Oklahoma Baptist tomorrow on a 4 p.m. game. And other games that we know of tomorrow, Mountain State against Azusa Pacific. Mountain State with a win today over Wayland Baptist, 84-71. Azusa Pacific handled LSU Shreveport 83-69. So Azusa Pacific at 24-10 will be taking on Mountain State tomorrow. That's a game that you and I will do, and we'll see Mountain State for the 3rd time, and they've been consistently good those first 2 games.
Well, the high point for the Bearcats here in the first half, and their young Bearcat team is 6'7" freshman Brad Copeland. Copeland 2 fouls, but he has 10 points, and he's been really the only thing that's been going right for McKendree. They were 1 for 11, actually 1 for 13 from 3-point range, 8 for 26 from the field. That's 30.8%, and 7.7% from the 3-point line. And that 3 rattled in for TJ Stone at the buzzer at the end of the first half. So we're about 4 minutes away from the start of the second half. We'll take a quick break. Our score, Campbellsville, Kentucky 48, McKendree 24. You're listening to the Buffalo Funds NAIA Division I Men's Basketball Championship.
10. 5, 4, 3,
Live from Municipal Auditorium, this is NAIA Championship Basketball.
Well, with Lorella Booth, this is Mark Miller, halftime in this Sweet 16 game, and it has been sweet for the Campbellsville Tigers. They lead 48-24. We hear the Hoosiers theme music in the background. About everybody on the planet has probably seen that movie. And McKendree is going to have to they're going to need a Hoosiers moment here. What was that kid's name? Jimmy Chitwood?
Chitwood, yes.
You know, you see
Good
him
memory.
walking around the arena. You might want to put a Bearcats uniform on him.
Well, you mentioned Larry Bird, too, playing for that Indiana State team. Larry Bird might be a good thing, too.
Because the Bearcats have some, they got a tough hill to climb.
Well, you know, and we've already shared some stats that have reflected the total domination. Here are a couple of more. In the paint, Campbellsville, 14-8 margin. Second chance points, 12-2. Points off the bench, 7-0. Campbellsville, total, complete control and domination of this contest over McKendree. Well, we're having the referee telling us he was kind of cleaning up for us here. We do make a mess, don't we, my friend?
We do. Well, start the second half, 48-24 Tigers. And the Bearcats will have the ball first. Start things here, going right to left, their white uniforms.
Bearcats a prideful program, and maybe they won't win this one, but you know that Coach Statham will want them to play well in the second half, just to be able to go home with a good taste in their mouth.
Shot won't go by Detmer. Rebounded by Jenkins. He'll hand it off to Nix. If you're the Bearcats, you want to play this in about 2-minute increments. Don't look at the big picture. Look at about 2 minutes and say, can't we outplay them for 2 minutes, and try to start chopping away at this. Give and go inside. A great feed from Jenkins to Columnares. He's got 12. Jump shot by Palm, contested, yes. Eric Palm answers back. It's 50-26. 19-20 left here in the second half.
Now on the Campbellsville side, they know that they have to keep playing well in the second half. The game is not over. If they give McKendree too much of an opening, they'll make a game of it.
Next top of the key, picked up by Stone. Over the wing to Jenkins. Ron Jenkins back to Nix. Pull up three. Yes! And the hot shooting continues for this Tigers team. 9 for 15 from three-point range. Inside to Campbell, gets his shot rejected, picked up by Nix. They'll take it to the corner, back it to Bubba Long. In transition, looking for the trail, Colmenares. He'll pull it back out front to Nix. And he'll set up shop at the top of the key. Over to Jenkins. Back to Colmenares, to Long. The right wing, alley-oop, pass won't go, loose on the deck. Eric Palm saves it. For the moment, but it hits his hand last and goes out of bounds alongside the baseline. It'll go with Campbellsville. Jenkins will inbound it. And he'll call a timeout, not being able to get it in. So quick 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 53-26. The winner of this game will get Oklahoma Baptist tomorrow afternoon in the quarterfinal game of the 71st annual NAIA Division I National Men's Championship, being played here at historic Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City, a scene of many a Final Four in the early days of the NCAA. And we've talked about this before, that KU's, Kansas University's Wilt Chamberlain patrolled this gymnasium, this facility at one time, a long time ago. Dean Smith was on that team. A lot of history. John Wooden, UCLA, won his first title.
What was
1964 here with Gail Goodrich. Lead beating Michigan that year. Still inbound it. Three-point jump shot won't go by Nix. Rebounding is Hobby. Out to Stone. Stone in the corner to Detmer. Detmer's reverse layup.
Oh,
count
how did
it.
he make
Will
that?
They count that? Yes.
Oh.
Looks like they will.
Wow. He lost control of that, Mark Detmer did. once, maybe even twice, but then he was able to just almost like a volleyball move, put it up towards the basket, and it managed to go down.
Detmer has his 4th of the night on that acrobatic shot. Free throw up and good. So Denver gets the conventional three-point play. He's got 5. It's 53-29. So 24-point margin at halftime, 48-24. We're at that 24-point margin now. We've played 2 minutes. Long picked up by Palm. Closely guarded, back out front to Nix. They'll swing it around. Drives the baseline. Nice feed to Colin Naris, and he's unstoppable there.
He's not going to miss that shot, is he? He will not miss that kind of shot.
He's got 14. Pass inside. Tries to draw the offensive foul. Nothing called on the contact. And Brad Copeland's got 12 to lead the Bearcats in scoring. Colin Naris wanted that offensive foul. Nice little bit of Hollywood acting there, but he didn't get it.
Well, he was trying to sell it to the referee. He wasn't buying.
Graham back out front to Jenkins. Jenkins tries to attack the paint. Nice help defense from Copeland. Back out front to Nix. Nix to Colin Naris in that low right block. Swing pass, skip pass to the other side. Gives it off to Jenkins. Running one-hander won't go. Fight for the rebound. Picked up, kicked out to Nix for 3. In and out. Detmer rips down the rebound. He'll dribble it out. Gives it to TJ Stone at the midcourt stripe. 55-31, Campbellsville. Into Detmer. He'll go on Colin Naris. Reverse jump shot, rims in and out. Nice back tip up and in by Eric Hobby with the left hand on the right-hand side of the backboard. Hobby puts it in.
Another acrobatic shot for a McKendree player. Boy, was that something else.
He's got 6, 55-33. Nix into the corner to Graham. Over to Jenkins to Nix, around the perimeter to Bubba Long. Back to Graham. He'll give it off to Jenkins. Bubba Long double team. Back to Graham. His shot won't go. Long rebounds run down by Jenkins. Pass inside to Colin Naris. He'll go one-on-one, spin move inside, and there's no way that Brad Copeland can stop Colin Naris when he gets it that far into the paint, when he backs him down that far.
A comparison here for you. A small version of Charles Barkley.
It's pretty strong inside. Palm nearly gets it stolen, gets it deflected into backcourt and run down by Palm. Palm nearly double dribble with it. I thought he might have thought he was over and back, but no call. They said the ball was tipped. TJ Stone, the left wing. Hobby for 3, top of the key, hits the back iron, and Nix runs down the rebound. 57-33, 15:55 left here in the second half.
Still one of those numbers, dominating numbers. 30 rebounds for Campbellsville, 13 for McKendree.
Nix on the left wing, going left to right. Pass out front, that's going to be knocked away, and it's going to be run down and picked up by Hobby in backcourt. Nice pass to Detmer. Shot won't go, but he's going to draw the foul. Nice skip pass by Hobby to a streaking Ken Detmer. He went up on the right side of the glass, couldn't make the shot, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you know what that was a good sign of was that Campbellsville isn't laying down right now with this big lead. Jenkins, he could have let him go in for the uncontested layup, but he challenged the shot. He fouled him, and it'll go to the line, but that was a good sign for Campbellsville.
Detmer's first free throw leaves it short. We've seen that about 5 or 6 times out of this McKendree team, as they're really struggling from the line right now. They're 8 for 16. That foul was on Jenkins, his second for Campbellsville, their second team foul here in the second half. So Detmer, 68% free throw shooter, looking for his 6th point of the afternoon. This one's perfect. Detmer's got 6, 57-34. Nix brings it up. Being guarded by Wolff, who's checked in the lineup. On the wing, back out front to Harris. Into the corner to Nix, back to Harris. Over to Beanock. Moving inside with it is Joshua. Jump shot contested by Detmer and rebounded by Copeland. On the push, Wolff to Copeland inside. Jump shot won't go. Follow shot by Hobby, rims out. Fight for the rebound and go off Columnares' hands and stay with the Bearcats.
That was simply bad luck that time. That ball had every reason to go in, but it spun out. But McKendree maintains possession.
The Palms jump shot along the baseline won't go.
You know, a difference that I see from today than the other day, Palm just isn't able to get that space. He's able to create space for himself the other day, almost at will, being able to get off a shot that did not have a hand in his face. Today, unable to do it.
Full timeout called by Campbellsville. We'll take one too. 14:43 left, second half. Campbellsville leads McKendree 57-34. You're listening to the Buffalo Funds NAIA Division I Men's Basketball Championship.
Ten. 5, 4, 3.
Live from Municipal Auditorium, this is NAIA Championship Basketball.
For Lorella Boo, Mark Miller, 57-34. 14:40 left here in the second half from Municipal Auditorium in this quarterfinal match between Campbellsville, Kentucky, and McKendree, the Bearcats of Lebanon, Illinois. Down the low block. Moving on Detmer, going up and scoring. Columnares has been everything that's been advertised. He's got 18. He averages 15.6. He had 26 last night. And answering that is Brad Copeland. Freshman really putting on an outstanding game. He's got 14. And he's fouled. He'll go to the line. Foul's going to be on Joshua. His third team foul here in the second half of the Tigers. Copeland's free throw. He makes a three-point play. He's got 15. Back to a 22-point margin. We'll shave 2 off the halftime lead of 24. Nix guarded by Wolff inside to Columnares, and they're going to him exclusively. He's just too big and too strong. He's got 20. Hobby. Over to Wolff, back to Palm. Palm attacks, pull up 15-footer. Yes! Eric Palm's got 6 on 3 for 9 shooting for the 6'2" junior. Nix on the walk the ball across the timeline in between the rings. Gets it off to Joshua. Over to Harris, to Nix. Joshua picked up by Detmer. To Harris, guarded by Hobby. I'll swing it around the perimeter, looking for Columnares in the middle. Attacks the paint, gives it off. Jump shot, ring it for Troy Harris. And Campbellsville continues to shoot at 55.8% clip. 13 minutes left, 63-39. Hobby, top of the key. Inside to Detmer. Spin move inside, won't go. Wolff gets the rebound. Nearly steps out of bounds, gets it to Palm. Open 3, rims in and out. Nice rebound by Campbell. Follow up, count it.
Copeland again.
Copeland scores. He's got 17 for McKendree, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
Well, you can see that this young man will have a bright future with McKendree, only a freshman. And Coach Statham has to be thinking that's a bright spot for his team in the years to come.
That's Nix's 3rd foul, 4th team foul, as Copeland will go to the line. 10 in the first half, 7. This one rims out. Rebounded by Hobby, though. Hobby back to Detmer. To Palm, they'll work it around the perimeter. Back to Hobby, top of the key. Looked at a three, turned it down, puts it on the deck. Gives it to Palm. Palm will attack the paint. Goes inside, jump shot, won't go, and they're going to call a blocking foul against Joshua. And that'll be his fourth foul. Fifth team foul. In fact, McKendree hasn't been called for a foul yet here in the second half. So Palm, an 83% free throw shooter, goes to the line and hits this free throw. He's got 7.
Looks like he's starting to get a bit
Petkoff
more
will
energy.
check back in, replacing Joshua. Detmer will check out.
That drive, one of the rare times Palm has been able to make it into the paint. He can make things happen once he gets inside there. Didn't make the shot, but at the line for 2.
TJ Stone will check back in as Palm misses the second free throw. Savage will bring it up. Wolff picks him up. The midcourt strike. Over to Bubba Long. Long, that left wing going right to left. There's some contact out front. They'll ring up Palm with his second foul, first team foul on the Bearcats. 12-19 left, 63-42. This opening round of quarterfinal of Sweet 16 play here at Municipal. Inside to Long. Jump shot for 3, won't go. Skying high for the offensive rebound. The stick back won't go. As Jenkins went up high, but the ball went out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers.
So the margin's still 21 with about 12 minutes to go. McKendree still with some basketball to play.
We want to weave out front. Palm, top of the key. Take it to the paint, back out to Hobby for contested 3. Yes! Eric Hobby off the assist from Eric Palm and down to an 18-point lead. 11:55 left. And the Bearcats have a run. Long, just inside the mid-court stripe, will hand it off to Savage. Nix off the bench immediately. Get back in the lineup for Keith Atkinson's Tigers. Long will attack the paint, gets the ball stripped, gets it back. Petkoff has it, back out to Jenkins. Jenkins over to Savage, picked up by Wolff. Dribbles to the paint, back out front. They'll attack from the perimeter. Into the corner, open 3, yes! Clinton Graham, every time that the Bearcats make a little noise, the Tigers have an answer. Stone in the right wing, going right to left, inside to Copeland. Copeland against Graham. Back out front, nearly tipped away, ran down by Palm at the 11:05 mark. Palm will attack the paint, fadeaway 15-footer, yes! Eric Palm, he's got 9. Starting to heat up a little bit for the junior.
And that was an example of creating that space for him to get off a shot. He drove into the lane, drove his defender back, then he stepped back and hit the jumper.
Bearcats playing better here in the second half, but did they have enough time to make a dent in this huge lead? Long goes all the way. Nice give and go to Petkoff, and he scores. He's got his first 2 of the night, back to a 21-point margin. 10:30 left here in the second half. Winner gets Oklahoma Baptist in the quarterfinals. Palm on the right wing. Dumps it into Hobby. Hobby turnaround jump shot, won't go. Fight for the rebound, Wolff has it. He goes up, won't go. Tip up and in for Hobby.
Well, that was awfully close, Mark. That ball barely off the rim, but Hobby able to tip it in, and 49 for McKendree now, 68. They still trail by 19 now with 10:13 to go.
Stoppage of play for a second to get the substitutions in off that make by Hobby. He's got 11-7 here in the second half. Columnares is back in the lineup. Nix is too, and he gets it across the timeline, knocked away by Wolff. Trent Kuhl checks in for McKendree. First time you've seen him in the game. He'll replace TJ Stone. Kuhl is a 6'3" senior.
Now Copeland matched up with Columnares. We'll see how well he does.
Inside, knocked away, trying to get it to Columnares. on the push. Here comes Hobby. Hobby up and jams it right over Clinton Graham. Yes, sirree. Hobby's got 13 to a 17-point margin at the 9:40 mark. Nick's out front to Colinares in the left wing. He'll take Copeland to the basket. Ball fakes. Nice skip pass inside. Couldn't handle it. That being Graham, but they're going to call a foul before the pass. And they're going to call it on Cool. His first foul. TJ Stone checks in the lineup, replacing Wolff.
McKendree showing a lot of athleticism at the rim in the second half. 3 different players with outstanding effort going to the basket.
Second team foul on the Bearcats. In the corner to Graham. Back out to Nix, picked up there by Stone. We're going to have an off-ball foul inside, much to the disgust of Copeland. That'll be his third foul, third team foul on McKendree. And Clinton Joshua will check back in, replacing Graham. So will Detmer from McKendree. He'll substitute into the game, replacing Copeland. Freshman gets a well-deserved break, and much to the pleasure of the fans here for the Bearcats, give him a nice ovation. He's come off the court. He's got 17, and he's got 3 more seasons wearing that Bearcat uniform. Inside to Joshua, back to Nix. Colinares against Detmer, up and in. Nice feed to Clinton Joshua. He's got 6. And Nestor Colinares, maybe one of the better players in this tournament. Pass is stolen. Here come the Tigers with a 19-point lead.
You know,
Nix, top of the key.
It is
into
not,
Colinares. Double team there.
Go ahead, Mark.
Back out front to Bubba Long. They'll play 2-man game. Colinares faces up. Detmer draws a double team. Jump shot inside. Actually looked to pass late, and that ball will go out of bounds.
Yeah, I was going to say, Colinares, it's not unusual for him to pile up some assist statistics. He had 68 assists coming in to this tournament. That's about 3rd, maybe 4th on the team. So it's not unusual for him to dish off the ball whenever he has a lot of defenders around him. He handles it very well and shares it very well.
Cool, back out to Hobby. Contested 3, and Eric Hobby.
He's feeling it now.
6'2" freshman. He's got 16 to a 16-point lead at the 8:35 mark. The Bearcats continue to whittle. Inside to Colinares, picked up by Detmer. Jump shot up and good. And Ken Detmer, the sophomore, is going to see Colinares in his nightmares. He's got 22. Cool, centers the basketball, takes it down the lane. They're going to call a bump foul on Beanock. That'll be his first. Team foul number 5 as Copeland checks back in the lineup. And he'll replace Detmer.
Copeland, fine effort tonight. Let's see if they try to get it inside to him. He is guarded by Colinares.
Hobby back to Palm. Palm for 3 at the left wing. It's back iron. Rebounded by Wolff. To Cool at the top of the key. Back to Wolff baseline. He'll tack there, go to Cool. Cool to the paint to Hobby. Feet were on the 3-point stripe. The shot won't go. Fight for the rebound. Still loose and pulled down by Beanock. Out to Nix, and here comes the Tigers with an 18-point lead at the 7:45 mark. Nix back outside to Beanock. They'll swing it around to Bubba Long. Long turns down the shot. Gets it back off a batted ball. Over to Joshua. They'll reset with Beanock. To Nix. Draws the double team out front, gets out of that. Ball on the deck, gives it up to Colinares on the wing. Guarded by Copeland. Takes him baseline, jump shot up, won't go. Fight for the rebound, and Copeland has the rebound for the Bearcats. Cool across to Palm for 3, won't go. Hits front iron. Ball loose on the deck and ran down by Colinares. Might have got away with an elbow before, and then an immediate timeout. And he got away with a little bit of an elbow there after he grabbed that ball, and the referee's talking to him about it right now.
Well, I think what happened there was that Columnares wasn't happy that a foul was not called on him whenever Copeland got that rebound on their previous possession. And whenever the ball came down and they had the ball coming towards Columnares, he was still a little bit upset over that and threw the unnecessary elbow, and thus the timeout. I think Coach Atkins was seeing that, and he wanted to have his star settle down a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if he puts him on the bench for the next couple of minutes just to be able to drive home a point and then put him back onto the floor. We'll see.
Oh, they just showed that up on the video board. And I think, Mr. Columnares got away with one there.
Yeah, I think he did. And,
All three
again,
officials missed that.
basketball's an emotional game. And Columnares, he's been showing that throughout the night when things have been going very well for him, as it has for most of the night. He's been laughing, he's been grinning, he's been patting people on the back, including the referees. That time, a little bit of emotion. And like you say, he may have gotten away with one there, and he is coming back out onto the court.
7:07 left for Lorella Boo. This is Mark Miller. In this Sweet 16 game, Campbellsville got off to an early lead, a big halftime lead, 48-24, and they lead by 18 here at the 7-minute mark. Bubba Long in the right wing, going right to left, takes it down the paint, jump shot, and they'll call offensive foul. As Trent Cool had just checked in the lineup, the senior was waiting for him in the paint, and Long ran over him and drew the offensive charge. First foul on Long, 7th team foul, a non-shooting player control foul. To Palm on the right wing, right in front of his bench. Inside to Copeland, jump shot up, won't go. Felt the presence of Columnares there, and that altered that shot.
Yeah, he didn't have to jump up to influence that shot either, did he?
No, he did not. He just felt the presence, and that altered it all by itself. Enoch hands it off to Nix. They'll run a weave out front at the 6:25 mark. Nice give and go. Columnares will take it to the basket. His shot won't go. Partially deflected and rebounded by Hobby. Hobby off to Wolff. Over to Palm. Gets it nearly stripped loose right in front of us. Got a little assist there with the foot.
Well, you got to do everything when you're on this sideline, right?
I still remember Wednesday and nearly drew that charge over here.
Yeah, that's right.
For a second there, I saw red lights like